injured here. 1v1 Quest Heresy. Blue side, it's Blauwhuid as a Lictor Alpha melee specialist that can infiltrate and disrupt. Has some great offense too. And red side up against is Toilailee's Apothecary. Have some Blood Ravens on show. A support commander that fights melee by default. Starts off with a targeted heal and a passive health regeneration aura. Double termagants of Blauwhuid. And tactical marines on the field for Toilailee. Heavy ranged infantry, very durable and versatile. Heavy armor, so they will take reduced damage from piercing weapons such as these termagants. Light ranged infantry, great utility in tier 1 with their crippling poison, and become quite a decent offensive threat, I think, with their adrenal glands, toxin sacs even, get it right. Tactical marines capping mid now with their increased capping speed, taking a reasonable amount of damage from those termagants there, and that is without toxin sacs. Now these guys, I think, trying to force melee on them. Lictor Alpha has forced off scouts already. Here he comes, infiltrated. Toilailee will need a scout sergeant to spot this Lictor Alpha reliably, and there is a heal from the Apothecary on these tactical marines. Now the heal is on cooldown. It's time to pressure the Apothecary, and here we see it. Hormagaunts in amongst. Need their adrenal glands to be a real offensive threat in tier 1, I think, but they're doing a reasonable job on the Apothecary. Only starts with 65 hit points, remember. In retreat now. Lictor Alpha not using his flesh hook to try and finish him off. Perhaps has used it already. Might have used it on those scouts. Now backing away. Goes infiltrated again. Infiltration also gives you a 20% damage resistance to ranged attacks. So even if he is spotted, it's still worth using it. 487, 479. There's the 2-to-1 for Blauwhuid, and he has warriors on the field quite quickly. Heavy infantry that leap into melee combat passively, do have power weapons but not a huge amount of DPS. They also provide a basic synapse and act as detectors, of course. And look at this, double tactical marines from Toilailee. I cannot remember the last time I saw double tactical marines anywhere, let alone in a 1v1. Here we see it. It's very solid ranged base. Can also work really well in elite because you can turn one squad into stern guard and keep the other squad specialized with their weapon upgrades. 487, 452. Termagants in retreat. We have Hormagaunts here. We have no toxin sacs up yet. Blauwhuid spending his power on the warrior brood. 25 power to get those guys on the field. Apothecary's decapping. Here comes the warrior brood. Might keep these guys melee. Wonder if Toilailee is going to go double tax into assault marines. That would be awesome. He might go Barb Strangler to suppress this tactical marine blob, but then he might get assault marine in the face. Here come those Hormagaunts and the warriors. Where is the passive leap? There is the passive leap onto the Apothecary, and he's going to go down here. Boom. Just got absolutely assaulted by the Tyranids there in a blink of an eye and goes down. There's a shotgun blast from the scouts. These guys also with their sergeant. So Toilailee really doesn't want to lose this squad now. Tactical Marines taking losses. These guys reasonably lucky to get away with 2 models there, I think. Hormagaunts do get away. There is the flesh hook from the Lictor Alpha. Almost taken down. The entire scout squad get away with 2 models, do they? Lictor Alpha in his melee charge, which is reasonably quick, and does take down another model. The scout sergeant always dies last, gets away with 7 hit points. That was not a good engagement for Toilailee. Lost his Apothecary, lost a tactical marine model, and lost 3 scouts. And this is crazy. We have triple tactical marines for Toilailee. Awesome to see. Going to be very interesting to see what he can do with it. We really might see a Barb Strangler now. I really would get one. 487, 388 is the double cap for Blauwhuid. And perhaps even a triple. Nope, Lictor Alpha is going to go after these tactical marines instead. There he is, and he has his feeder tendrils, which are a power melee weapon, also returning, I think, is 2% hit points back to the Lictor Alpha whenever he gets a hit. 487, 366, Toilailee under pressure here. Can he make these triple tactical marines work? Scouts are staying close because Toilailee needs them close because he has the shotguns on them. It's the only way he has to deal with the Warrior Brood and Hormagaunts apart from sheer weight of bolter fire. Might be very dangerous for these warriors because he's going to have triple tactical marines which can all use Kraken bolts. Might be able to focus down the warriors pretty quickly. There is the triple Kraken bolts, and look at the health fly off of those warriors. Start with 1050 hit points and they need to back off immediately. That was scary. 487335 really would get the Barb Strangler. He's sticking with the melee. There's the 2-to-1. Lictor Alpha getting in amongst Tactical Marines, take down a model. Warriors get away with a single model after all those Tactical Marines came in. 487323. Apothecary back to his feet. Not sure if he used, I think he did use Larimer's Blessing Global for the Apothecary, which revives all allied commanders back to their base. Still a 2-to-1 for Blauwhuid. Scouts will go and decap his natural though. Very good mobility on scouts. And we have Tactical Marines hitting power. No sign of Flamer though. 487307 Blauwhuid going tier 2. Toilailee way behind. Doesn't even have 100 requisition. Here come Hormagaunts. No adrenal glands though, so Tactical Marines will stay in melee with them and do a reasonable job here. There's an Apothecary heal, and Hormagaunts were almost whacked by those double Tactical Marines. Tactical Marines are very, very capable in melee, but so painful to lose. And there goes another model. 75 requisition to reinforce Tactical Marines. Apothecary really does not want to get into melee with warriors. Should have gone for the Mastercrafted Bolter perhaps to try and deal with Lictor Alpha, but that's easy to say. He doesn't have the resources really to spare with triple Tactical Marines. Scouts run away. 474304. Blauwhuid losing his Warrior Brood. What the heck happened? There you see the bodies. Kraken bolts going in, I think. Then it wasn't looking at him. 465304. Blauwhuid in tier 2. Tyrant Guard would be awesome. Zone Throat wouldn't be bad either. Toilailee is still in tier 1, and we have more warriors for Blauwhuid. Really wants melee synapse on the field, I think. Lictor Alpha going for deadly jump, so that's going to be awesome to counter the Tactical Marine blob. Toilailee will really need to keep these Tactical Marines separated. This is Spore Mines, yes. Global ability of the Lictor Alpha, and they get shotgun blasted. Did not even know you can knock back Spore Mines, but there you go. Weren't suppressed, and he didn't get a single detonation. Does have Toxin Sacks up on both Termagant Broods. Second Warrior Brood is on the field, and Toilailee finally goes to tier 2. Scouts. Oh, we're gonna go to the southeast VP, I think. Hormagaunts are over there though. Blauwhuid perhaps expecting Toilailee to send scouts over there soon. We do have Barb Strangler Warriors. He does not want melee synapse. Should have gone for this earlier. Really awesome suppression weapon, instant suppression, and decent area of effect damage. Here we're going to see it on the Tactical Marines. Increases reload time by a huge amount. Suppression, so you can really shut down a ranged squad. Also reduces speed, as you can see. 448283. Toilailee 3/4 of the way to tier 2. One of the latest tier 2s you're ever going to see. Hormagaunts caught in retreat. Looks like they ate a shotgun blast and perhaps a grenade from those scouts. Scouts didn't even lose a model. Lictor Alpha jumping in. Or was that a flesh hooks on the Apothecary? I think it was. Warrior Brood losing a model. Unable to shut down all 3 Tactical Marine squads since they were split. Lictor Alpha then does jump into the Tactical Marine blob. 432283. Lictor Alpha was almost level 3, he's done reasonably well. Has had a reasonably easy time of it though, with only the shotguns around to stop him, and a Tyrant Guard is on the way for Blauwhuid. It's going to be a 2-to-1, I think, if these termagants can complete this cap. Not sure if they will be able to. 420 283. Barb Strangle Warriors did lose a model, but are now capping mid. Very little power harass from both players. Tactical Marines getting sergeants up on all three squads now. And those sergeants, despite having a bolt pistol and chainsaw, do put out a lot of range DPS. In fact, more than a regular tactical marine with a bolter. The Lictor Alpha taken down there, as you saw. 418 280. No sign of any specialized weapons for the tactical marines. And here, oh, the Tyrant Guard was cancelled, but we do have a zone throat from Blauwhuid artillery squad. Does not need to set up. Boom. Needs more than one node to put pressure on his tactical marines, I think. Toilailee being aggressive. Can keep moving and avoid zone throat fire. There is a flesh hook on the sergeant. And here we see an infestation tower giving buffs to surrounding Tyranids. 418 239. Lictor Alpha in amongst the tactical marines. They're doing a lot of damage to him in melee though. Can they finish him off again? Nope, he does get away. 418 231. It's a 2-to-1 for Blauwhuid. And now we see a power harass, or do we? Barb Strangle Warriors are still there, taking Kraken bolts, 20% more damage to their heavy armor. Zone throat is back at base. Really needs another one, I think. Doesn't have the requisition right now to get one though. Gaunts are capping. And Toilailee backs off the power harass. Now he's going to take down this tower. Scouts decapping Blauwhuid's natural. Look at the map. Very, very red right now. Just triple tactical marines. That is all he has. Losing that first warrior brood squad really set back Blauwhuid. Really should have gone for the Barb Strangler quicker, I think. That shot hit terrain. That was very unlucky, but the tactical marines are forced off anyway. Zone throat getting shots off. Also has this awesome health regeneration synapse, which has a longer radius in elite mod. But he doesn't have quite as much offense in elite mod. His ranged attack does less damage. 409 210. Here comes scouts. Going after the zone throat. Shield has gone down and they're going to grenade it in the face. There's the retreat right into the grenade. Beautifully done by Toilailee. Knew that the zone threat was going to retreat. 401 210. There's the 2-to-1 for Toilailee. And here comes a Dreadnought. Blauwhuid going tier 3. That's a very risky move. He of course doesn't know that a Dreadnought is on the way, but how is he going to deal with it? All he has is a zone throat's focus warp blast and the warrior brood, which could still get their adrenal glands to get some melee heavy damage, but it's not going to be enough, I don't think. Might see an assault cannon Dreadnought. Starts off with his 2 close combat weapons, giving it 100 heavy melee DPS with a 40 splash. And the assault cannon is on the way, so it'll only have 73 melee heavy DPS now, which is still pretty damn good, but no splash. 367 210. Double cap for Toilailee. Lictor Alpha with the flesh hook on the Apothecary, who now does have the master crafted bolter and improved medical equipment. Uses his heal on himself, but now he's suppressed. Lictor Alpha taking lots of damage though. Here comes that assault cannon Dreadnought. Huge DPS to single targets of infantry. Really good versus commanders. Also gives it the awesome barrage, which you might see on this little range blob here. There it is. But they were already in retreat. Usually would have knocked them down. And here we see a power harass from Toilailee, who is storming into the lead here. 330 210. Still has some BPs to make up though, but look at the map. Gene Stealer's now on the way for Blauwhuid. Dreadnought just nonchalantly strolling towards the base there. 322 210. And here are the Gene Stealers going to get their Rending Claws up. And we have Melee Synapse up. Now the Dreadnought is under pressure. These Gene Stealers are such an awesome melee squad with 80 melee skill. Now up to 90 melee skill because of the Melee Synapse. Basically cannot be beaten in melee by almost anything. Only Lightning Claw Terminators will have a chance against these guys. Nob squads will just be perpetually knocked back by their 90 melee skill, and then you counter in Adrenal Rush as well, going after the Dreadnought with their heavy melee Rending Claws, and look at the damage with Adrenal Rush. There's a Focus Warp Blast as well, and here's an Infestation Tower, and this is a dead Dreadnought. Wow. Triple Kraken Bolts take down a Warrior Brood model though. Maybe the Dreadnought can escape. That was a Synapse Shock. They're still chasing it down. Warrior Brood needs to run away, doesn't want to lose another one and get another Synapse Shock. There goes another one. Genestealer's knocked down again with some damage. Here is Advanced Healing though. Armor of the Apothecary and up for the Apothecary. And there is Angels of Death, 50% damage reduction and immunity to knockback, which is basically really, really bad news for Genestealers. Dreadnought did go down. Looks like no Marines were lost. Nope. How many Genestealers went down? Only a couple, I think, or maybe one. 2 Warrior Brood models went down. I'd have to give that engagement to Blauwhuid just because he took down that Dreadnought. That was scary, scary damage from those Genestealers as well. There's the triple for Toilailee though. Blauwhuid has really let the map slip here. Tactical Marines capping faster, of course. So even though they're not the most mobile squad around, they do really help you cap up the map. Here comes a Whirlwind for Toilailee. 235, 210. I was going to suggest another Dreadnought and keep it melee this time, but it's gone for a Whirlwind. Usually used to counter ranged blobs. But here it is. Not the most accurate thing in the world, doesn't do a lot of damage either, but such awesome disruption from long range. But look what we have on the way for Blauwhuid is the Doom of Malan'tai. Double cap for Toilailee. Termagants in retreat there, 197, 210. Infestation Tower goes up. Lictor Alpha jumps in. We have double Plasma Gun Tactical Marines, which is going to put insane amounts of pressure on those warriors. Already forced off with 2 model losses. Good grief. Zonethrop getting shots in. Where is it? There it is. Another shot goes in. Genestealers now without their melee synapse and loses the entire squad. That was bad. Should have got the pheromones perhaps for the Lictor Alpha, would have allowed those Genestealers to reinforce and given them some damage resistance. That was crazy. 3 Tactical Marines taken down by that single Zonethrop shot, and now it's level 2. The Doom of Malan'tai is on the field. Tier 3 Subcommander for Tyranids has a basic attack, much like the Zonethrops, which also returns health. It's kind of vampiric for the Doom. Here we see the Psychic Storm, very controversial ability at the moment, since it does huge amounts of damage to super units such as the Great Unclean One and the Avatar. Doesn't affect vehicle armor very much. And here we see Absorb Life as well. Doom of Malan'tai has so many nasty abilities to combine. Scouts will get away though. Some shots easily missed. Also has Cataclysm, of course, knockback and damage, and some damage over time on the ground. But it does not regenerate energy naturally, as you can see here. It needs to use Spirit Leech or Absorb Life to get some energy back. 86, 210. Blauwhuid starting to get some of the map back, but he doesn't have any power. Lictor Alpha going southeast. The Genestealer loss was pretty huge. I can't see Blauwhuid coming back, but you never know. Assault squad on the field for Toilailee to put some pressure on that Zonethrop and that Doom of Malan'tai. Jump troops with bolt pistols and chainsaws which disrupt. When they land, they are going for their sergeant, as you'd expect straight away. 72, 210. Whirlwind behind these walls, giving it some line of sight cover. Doom of Malan'tai getting some health back from that shot which landed there. There is the Psychic Storm again, combined with Absorb Life, draining health and returning it to the Doom. This Psychic Storm draining 3% health per second. I think it's for 10 seconds, but it seems to be draining a bit more from certain types of targets, such as super heavy infantry armor. I'm sure it will all be tweaked and balanced in time. There was Cataclysm. Awesome drop pod usage by Toilailee, and he wins that engagement. handily. Blauwhuid retreated his hero by accident, I think, unfortunately. There is Psychic Storm and Drain Life again for the Doom, but can it live? Takes down the Assault Marines. That is the power of the Doom right there. 72-181. The game is over, but we have some awesome Tactical Marine usage. Level 4, Level 3 and Level 3. That drop pod was epic. Must have reinforced about 4 models there. Apothecary level 5. 72-171. Blauwhuid with a 2-to-1 cap, but it's all over surely. Only has a Doom of Malan'tai left, which is back at base, healing up very slowly. Lictor Alpha going after scouts. Now runs away. Whirlwind still hanging back. 72-161. Now the infestation gets taken down, and scouts going southeast to try and get the triple. Apothecary is capping Blauwhuid's natural. Here comes the Doom of Malan'tai. Now we see a tier 3 Lictor on the way for Blauwhuid. 71-161. There is Spirit Leech draining the energy of the Apothecary. I think it drains about 80 energy, or at least returns 80 energy. It might drain less than that. Full auto on the Doom there. Toilailee apparently not impressed with the Doom. Lictor Alpha going after the Apothecary. Not in retreat, just backing off. You see this arm of the Apothecarian giving him +1 speed when he's out of combat, which is an awesome addition. But there is the game. Blauwhuid has conceded. Here is that tier 3 Lictor with its awesome melee heavy damage, but didn't get to see it in action. What a weird game. Triple Tactical Marines was awesome. I thought he was losing his mind, but we didn't see Barbed Strangle Warriors early enough, I think, to stop these guys killing everything a lot. Did they all get level 4? No. Very nearly level 4, and one squad is level 4. Almost 2,000 hit points level 4 on these guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.